Hi. I wanted to record an intro video that will explain some things and not be redundant with what's already written below. I'm nervous about this, but I have an outline and I'm going for it. I'm more confident in my writing than I am with my speaking, so please bear with me, and apologies in advance for any ums and ahs, and also for looking down from time to time. So, who am I? My name's Joe, and I'm the founder and creative director of a peer support and advocacy organization called Other Lives. The only thing that some people know about me is that I have complex PTSD, and that I talk about what it's like to live with chronic suicidal ideation and flashbacks. It's uncomfortable, but it's my work, so I'm doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it. What I wanted to do here was very quickly introduce the campaign that we're starting. And what it is essentially is a very, very long walk. That is an understatement. It is a hike on the Eastern Continental Trail, which is a patchwork of trails that goes from Key West up to Newfoundland. Along the way, we'll be doing an advocacy campaign with intent to have meetups and small events in every state and province along the way. These will be with other advocacy organizations, groups of all sorts, hiking communities, veterans groups, groups that are specifically trauma-focused, groups that are generally focused on mental illness, and etc. You will be potentially invited to join me for sections of the walk if you're interested, and we're going to figure out how to organize that. Another thing is that I'm going to be open about the processes involved, how I manage feeding myself, clothing myself, and sheltering myself, as well as how I manage the emotional challenges of confronting my past on the trails that make up this long, long walk. So I'm starting in my home state in Florida at the end of December and walking north from there. Why am I doing this? This does sound ridiculous, right? The reason why is that I'm sick and I'm disabled. As I said earlier, I have complex PTSD. I've had it since I was a child, but I did not get diagnosed until about 3.5 years ago. I'm able-bodied in most senses of the word, but I can't work full-time at a conventional job because of fatigue due to sleep issues resulting from trauma and unpredictable timing of flashbacks. I've tried nearly everything that I've had access to. I live in a large northeastern city currently, including non-conventional modalities and things that might sound silly to you, like energy work. And most of these things have some effect. Some of them have had a great amount of effect. But none of them helped turn off the hypervigilance that I experience in my sleep for longer than one night. So basically, I close my eyes and I have flashbacks in my sleep and I don't feel safe. So I don't know if going into the woods for 9 months is actually going to help this or not. It might actually make it worse. 9 months to a year. But it's something that I haven't tried yet, except for a week or two, less than a week at a time. And so I'm going to try it. What I hope will come out of this is, first of all, healing of my own. I'm not going to lie. I would be doing this whether there was an organization or not. I would be doing it a little bit differently. I wouldn't be putting myself out there as much as I am right now and intend on doing. But I'm hoping to get healing of my own. In the narrative below, there's some more explanation of that and what its potential connection to EMDR, which is one of the PTSD treatments that has some evidence base for it in the research literature. Another thing I'm hoping for is a stronger community for all of us, and the growth of Other Lives as an organization so that we can really launch our projects. Right now, everything is volunteer funded. I have come out of my own pocket for every expense, most every expense. We've definitely had some support so far on Patreon for a little over a year now, but it was launched out of my own pocket, and it needs to grow, and it can't grow off of the little bit that I'm able to contribute. And it also can't grow without the interest and without you, without the people. We'll get to that in a sec. Another thing that I'm hoping will come out of this are just fun experiences that we can share together. We're not just our trauma, and those fun experiences, for me at least, remind me of that, and I'm hoping that we can share those too. So, there are a couple of ways to contribute. One is a monthly donation that is long-term support, and that can be done via Patreon as little as $1 a month. And honestly, if 3,000 people donated $1 a month, I would be overjoyed. We would be overjoyed. Because what we're really looking for is sustainability. However, there is also the option to make a one-time donation via PayPal, and there are links to that below, where you can sponsor a piece of gear, and if you sponsor a piece of gear, you get to name it, as long as it's not offensive or scatological. Those are my two personal rules, and I will refer to it by its name as often as possible, and as much as I remember. And the one-time donation right now has the advantage of getting a little influx of money that I do need to start the walk. So, ultimately, I'd be doing this no matter what, like I said, but there was an opportunity here to do something bigger, and I really wanted to, and other people wanted me to, and ultimately none of this matters without you. I have a thing written here that I'm tempted to just read, but I want to not have trauma as my identity, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And whatever it is that you want for yourself, I want that for you too, and I want to help however I can. I founded an organization out of my own desperate feelings of isolation and need for a platform of some sort. But I also founded it because I realized that I wasn't always the best person to talk with about a given aspect of it, and that other people sometimes just had better ideas and more specific knowledge about trauma and about certain kinds of experiences. So I built the initial framework because it was what I needed, but it was always also being built so that others could get their voices heard and get support more easily. Simply put, it's not mine. It's ours. It has to outlive me, and it has to exist whether I have the emotional capacity in a given week or month or not. And even if I leave, and it has to exist even if I leave advocacy work and decide to build my identity around something else, which may very well happen. I don't know. So it's ours. It's yours. And this video was in one take, and I'm just gonna leave it. I hope it came out well, and I hope between this and the writing that you're inspired enough to join us. I hope you join us in whatever way you can, and I look forward to meeting you along the way. Thank you. Thank you for everybody that has supported so far, financially, emotionally, with ideas, logistically. Thank you to Lizzie, our operations director, and Irina, our communications manager. And most of all, again, thank you to you. Thank you to you.